Good morning, Seahawk artists. I'm coming to you from Tucson, Arizona. I'm staying with my folks during the COVID 19 pandemic, helping them out because their caregiver cannot be here. So I'm here helping with meals and cleaning up and so forth. So I have a project idea for you, sort of a reboot of our class since it got cut short. Remember this? Stanley Middle School Art. This is the information sheet covering my face. So I filled one of these out. Here's what I'd like you to do. If you don't have a printer, you could just read this off of your computer screen. I'm recording this on my phone. So I'm going to go through this and talk about each one of them. And then I'm going to do a scavenger hunt online. I just had a really delicious breakfast from my mom. To find some of the articles and put them in a Google slide presentation, and I'll show you how to do that if you haven't done it before. So, name, Mr. Wing. You already knew that. Birthday, June 29th. Not going to tell you the year. Period 4 and 8, and also advisory. Teacher ID 154528. You can put your student ID, obviously. My favorite candy bar is a Butterfinger. My favorite cold beverage is a mixed chocolate and strawberry shake from Beef and Bun. I'm going to find a photo of the Beef and Bun from Google Earth or Google Maps and put it in my PowerPoint. My favorite collectible. When I was a kid, I collected comic books all the way up into and through my first 2 years of college when I sold all of my comic books. My favorite collectible was comic books. Now it's cartoon books and also graphic novels or manga. I also like manga, if that's the way it's pronounced. If it's not, please correct me. My favorite dessert is coffee ice cream with half and half poured over it. And last night I did a great combination. I put a layer of mint chip ice cream down, then I put some coffee ice cream down, and then I poured the half and half creamer over the top of it, which makes a really nice thick thing. And then just because I'm a glutton, I put chocolate sauce, Hershey's chocolate sauce on top of that, and that was really good. My favorite dinner entree, bar none, is prime rib. There's several good steakhouses out here in Tucson. The best one is called, oh darn, I forgot what it's called. It'll come to me in a minute. Fast food. My favorite fast food is a foot-long Subway ham and the Black Forest ham, Swiss cheese with heavy on the olives. I like to put spinach on it and lettuce, tomatoes, onions, and what else? Oh, and then for the sauces, I like to put mayonnaise and the hot mustard if they have it, the deli mustard. And then I top that off with the oil and vinegar and just pepper. I don't like putting salt on stuff. Favorite flower? I'd have to say yellow rose. I'll have to show you the picture of the yellow rose. I had it in the classroom there, and I sometimes use it for a background, but I don't have it here in Tucson, so I can't do that. Favorite fruit? Strawberries. Oh, summertime strawberries, those big, massive fist-sized strawberries. I love those. I also like cherries too, though, in the summer. Hot beverage. So as some of you may know, because you've seen me drink it before, my favorite hot beverage is a large cup of coffee. I mix a packet of powdered hot chocolate, and then on top of that, inside that, I put caramel macchiato creamer, which is an extremely sweet chocolate and coffee mix drink. Favorite magazine, Reader's Digest. I love that magazine. I don't currently have a subscription to it, but I'm staying with my folks at the moment in Tucson, and my mom has a stack of them because she's been having a subscription to that for years. Movie, favorite movie, kind of a toss-up. If you haven't ever seen a movie called What About Bob, it stars Bill Murray, and he's an obsessive compulsive, and he has a dozen other issues that he deals with. But What About Bob's a great movie. The other one, which I hope you haven't seen, is Fight Club. I don't know why. I think it's the psychological aspect of it. The two characters being one person. Really, really like that. For munchies, I like just regular corn tortilla chips. Sometimes Fritos, but usually the corn tortilla chips. Let's see. Music. My favorite type of music is a cappella. If you remember the old barbershop quartet, or if you've heard barbershop quartet before, I really like that style of music, but I like it with a contemporary Christian worship a cappella. So that's a pretty specific, and it's because I like to sing. Way to relax. Two things. I love to take an afternoon nap. I'll show you a picture that I took the other day of I have some of those things that go over your eyes so you can take a nap in the middle of the day. And I was being goofy, so I put my glasses on top of it. And also binge watching Netflix. My mom and I are currently binge watching an old TV show called Cheers, because it's a great way to relieve the tension of the COVID-19 stuff that's going on, to get a couple of laughs before bedtime. Vacation location. I have never been to Hawaii. I even have a friend who's a teacher. He teaches college on one of the islands. I think he's on Kauai. And so one of my future bucket list things is to visit Hawaii, because two things I love to do. I love to cliff dive. The higher the cliff, the better. Up to about 40 feet is about as high as I've ever jumped off of anything. And then second thing is snorkeling. I absolutely love to snorkel. That weightlessness, you're in this large volume thing, you got the fish swimming all around you. If you've never snorkeled at La Jolla Cove, that's a great place to snorkel. Right around the beginning of school time, this is kind of weird if you've never done this before, the sharks come in and spawn all along La Jolla shores and also in the cove, so you can actually swim or even wade with sharks all over everywhere. But don't worry, they're not man-eating sharks. They're either nurse sharks or leopard sharks, and they don't attack people. So I actually took my daughter out there several times, even when she was little, and we used to wade in the La Jolla shores with the sharks swimming all around. But I'd like to do that in Hawaii, except not with the sharks, because I think the sharks in Hawaii do bite people. I might be wrong. Vegetable, bar none. My favorite vegetable, cold, is broccoli. My favorite vegetable heated up, served with dinner, is asparagus with my mom's hollandaise sauce. I call my mom's hollandaise sauce frosting for vegetables because it's so yummy. You can practically just eat it with a spoon without the vegetables, but it's better on vegetables, obviously. Also great for Eggs Benedict. Favorite cartoon? Had to think about that one for a while. I couldn't think of what cartoons, but I had to think back when I was a kid. My favorite cartoon, I think, was the Roadrunner, Bugs Bunny Roadrunner Hour. They used to have it on Saturday morning. Superpower? I changed this a couple of times. I started off with Superman, but then I thought, everybody wants Superman. He's got all those powers. He can fly and see through things and burn things with his eyes and super strong and all that stuff. And then I thought, there was a really cool one that when I was a kid. The Human Torch was one of my favorite comic book characters. As I said, I was a comic book collector, and I collected the Fantastic Four. It was one of my favorite books, and it really frustrates me that they haven't yet made a good Fantastic Four movie. So I'm hoping now that the Fantastic Four is a part of the Marvel Universe on the movies, that'll be done better and well and to my greatest expectations. But I also scratched out the Human Torch, and I put here's a really enigmatic one. Look that one up in the dictionary. Enigmatic. He's an enigma. The Silver Surfer. The Silver Surfer, if you don't know the story, lived on a faraway planet called Zen-La. And his name was Norrin Radd, and he saved his whole race because a character named Galactus, who was the devourer of planets, came in and threatened his world, and he made a deal with Galactus and became the Silver Surfer to find another world for Galactus to consume. So then the other things, if you can see it, that's my self-portrait. And I didn't fill out this other stuff. I'm not going to talk about a little more about me because you've already heard a little more about me. I'm going to put this video on my website, and I'll show you how to do that. Again, I filmed it on my phone, so I'm going to upload it to my Google Drive, and then I'm going to put it on my Google Classroom and my Google site so that you can see an example of it. Anyway, have a great day, and I'll be talking to you soon. See if you can try and do this thing sometime in the next couple of days. Again, nothing that we're doing right now is being graded, so you're not going to be downgraded if you don't want to do it. I will probably assign it later on when we do start grading again in May or late April. So practice if you want. In fact, I had to redo this like 3 or 4 times because I kept saying things that I thought, no, I don't want to have that on there. So feel free, if you want to edit it, if you know anything about video editing, you can edit things together. Otherwise, just do what I did, practice a couple times and record it. So have a great day. It is Thursday. Try and get something like this out and on your site. And again, I will do a video on how that is done and put it in Google Classroom. I'm also going to be very soon, I'm learning how to do Canvas. So starting on Monday, this coming Monday, which would be, I don't know what the date is. Today's the 9th, so 10, 11, 12, the 13th. Sorry, I crack myself up sometimes. On the 13th, I'm going to roll out Canvas for our classes, so start looking forward to that. Have a great day.